This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
The Jason Walker Show, broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Here's Jason Walker.
Hey, happy Wednesday. The Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it is your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave on a beautiful day in the Queen City. And got out and did a round of golf today. Got 18 holes in and played well. I was happy with how I played. And it's only getting better. My new clubs will be here in like a month. Can't wait. And then I got a new bag coming, which is going to be cool too. Can't wait for that. On the show today, Danny Zelisko. He is a famed concert promoter. He has put on in 50 years plus over 12,000 concerts. He's got a book out, and we'll talk about his book with Danny Zelisko coming up here in about 40 minutes. Joining us as well from Havre, we'll talk to MSU Northern football coach Andrew Rolin. And you can see the Northern football helmet over there. We'll talk about that. Coach Rolin, one of the first to out of the Frontier to get me a helmet that we've asked for. So he's the first to get to talk on the show this year. Tomorrow, don't forget, Madison McDonald Thomas will join us, the famed trick rider from Canada who now lives in Helena, and she'll stop by in studio, which will be a great time tomorrow as well. Let's see here. What else we got going on? You can watch on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com. If you don't have that, download it on the Google Play or the App Store. JasonWalkerShow.com, that's a website you need to bookmark. You can email us anytime, Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com, and tweet us at JWalkerSports. We got a lot of On This Day in History coming up, too, which will be a lot of fun. All right. We've stayed away from this, but we're going to bring it up to today. Deshaun Watson. And I know it's not Montana sports, but it is. I mean, it affects. So Nike has suspended its endorsement, not terminated, but suspended its endorsement of Deshaun Watson after the 22nd claim of sexual misconduct and allegations of sexual misconduct have come out. And yesterday, the first woman to file that lawsuit, Ashley Solis, went public and told her story. Look, this is 22 massage therapists have come forward since March 16th. This isn't good. And I don't know where it's going to go, but you read some of these statements from some of these ladies and some of the things that have happened, allegedly. Holy cow, dude. Deshaun, what are you doing? And I get it, innocent until proven guilty, but 22 women have come forward so far. The suspension from Nike could be temporary, depending on what happens with the lawsuits. But either way, this is just disturbing. And once again, you got a high-profile guy thinking, "Hey, I can do what I want." And no, you can't, dude. You can't. And I know it's alleged, but it's not looking good for Deshaun Watson. The question is, does he play? and in the NFL this fall, or does he play ever again? That's a big question mark. What would you do? Also today, what else are we going to chat about? The Masters gets underway tomorrow. Who you got? You got Dustin Johnson going for a second straight green jacket. Won his first in November. You're going to go with him? You're going to go with Phil? Jordan Spieth, who got a much-needed win last week in Houston. You're going to go with Jordan? You're going to take the field? I don't know what to do. If I was a betting man, for entertainment purposes only, I might take Spieth and Mickelson on my team if I was to do something like that. Who you got? You can tweet us at JWalkerSports, email Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com. Who you get taken for the Masters? And speaking of golf, where did I read the story? It was just out. I just had it opened. Tiger Woods. Remember he wrecked back in February? It appears the cause of accident is speed. And they say he was going 83 to 87 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone. Tiger authorized the release of the accident report to the public, but he was going fast. They say that it appears instead of hitting a brake, there was no brakes hit at all. It appears that he hit the accelerator. But Tiger's got a lot of recovery. Does he ever play golf again? What happens first? Tiger plays golf or Deshaun Watson plays in the NFL? Just a question, a couple of questions here. And legit ones, I think. But hey, we have fun on this show sometimes. And sometimes we talk about stuff. I golfed today. How cool is that? Weather was beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Did see that there was a fire, though, over at one of the golf courses on the 12th hole in Missoula at one of the clubs over there. Canyon River Golf Course. How about that? And how does that start? Some jackwagon smoking? Just saying. Let's see what else we got going on. Oh, this is cool. I was going to save this, but we'll get to it right now. Talked a lot about my kid, Bob, who's over in Eastern Europe. And remember, we talked yesterday, he got to give a tour of Blackhawk to the Romanian Secretary of Defense. Today, over there, he got recognized for him. Let's see, Sergeant Parker. We don't have first names. Sergeant Green, Specialist Walker, Specialist Marquez, and Specialist Kazor, recognized by Colonel Monterone, the commander of the 1st Cavalry Division Forward, for their outstanding contributions to Task Force Nightmare. These soldiers are the readiness of our team, trained, disciplined, and fit. Keep it up. So this is pretty cool. We're going to show some of the pictures that the 3-1 Assault Helicopter Battalion put up on the Facebook today. So take a look. There is one, another, and then there's Bob getting his commendation and his recognition, which is pretty cool. And yeah, go Army. And it's tough for me to say that because my brother was in the Navy, but my grandpa's in the Army. So, and look, if you're bored of looking at pictures of my kid overseas, sorry, we're going to show him. Proud of him. That's really cool. And great job over there, bud. I showed that picture to Coach, Hall of Fame Coach Gary Turcotte today on the golf course. Ran into him out there, and he he was like, man, there was a point where we didn't know if Bob was going to graduate. And I'm like, no, I remember those days. But congratulations to the kid and all those that were recognized over there in Eastern Europe on deployment back home in, 9 months? Oh, man. The oldest will be home in May. She'll be in Bozeman. So probably going to have a couple of days off in there when she's back from grad school down at Auburn. So it's like the one chance she'll get to come home. So good stuff. Hey, when we'll come back, I know it's a lot of personal stuff, but hey, it's a Wednesday. It's beautiful. I'm in a great mood. I hope you are too. And we had great numbers yesterday talking with Ryan Schwackert of Last Chance Curling Club. A lot of replays. Tori Martell from MSU Bobcats, and then Cassie Turner, Miss Last Chance St. Pete. And what's really cool about that stuff is you can always go to jasonwalkershow.com and rewatch or re-listen to anything. We put every show back up, and it's archived there for your viewing pleasure literally anytime. We're huge in Ireland. Like, obviously, the U.S. is number one. Montana is the number one state, but Ireland is the second largest country that watches the Jason Walker Show, and the numbers are huge. So we appreciate the Irish. Does that mean we go for Rory McIlroy at the Masters? Canada, our third largest country that watches us here on the Jason Walker Show. But we're big. We're big in Ireland. So appreciate that. Hey, we got it tomorrow. We're going to give away some Jason Walker Show swag, T-shirts. That'll be fun. Jason Walker Show is brought to you in part by Nitro Green. Get on the schedule now for all of your lawn, tree, and pest needs. Nitro Green gets everything done. They're quick, they're efficient, they're in and out. You don't even have to worry about picking up the dog biscuits in the backyard. You should be nice for everybody, but they will spray for spiders, for whatever you want. They put mouse traps down for you. We're going to get the aeration done soon, which means the seeding, which means the greenness, which means summer is just around the corner. So you need to get on the schedule for Nitro Green now. Jason Walker Show, when we come back, we'll chat with Andrew Rolin, the head coach of MSU Northern. Still looking for that first conference win since 2016. And the first conference win under Coach Rolin. We'll chat with him about maybe that'll happen this week against Eastern Oregon. We have Danny Zelisko coming up, famed concert promoter as well, and much more still to come here. Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Everyone knows about Dinner's Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinner's Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rutgers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, welcome back, Jason Walker Show, Major Mortgage Man Cave. This segment brought to you by Rutgers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Concert promoter Danny Zelisko will join us coming up in about 25 minutes. And also on this day in history and much, much more still to come. Frontier football season going on. And playing a 4-game schedule with the 5 teams that opted in. Of course, no Southern Oregon, Tech, or Western, but Eastern Oregon, College of Idaho, the class of the Frontier right now. You've got Carroll and Northern as well. Rocky just wrapped up its season with, I think, 1 win, beating Northern last week. And that is one of the subjects we'll talk about right now is Andrew Rolin, the head coach of the Lights, joins us here on the Jason Walker Show. As soon as we turn down the music. Where's our DJ? There you go. All right, now, Andrew Rolin.
Well, first off, Coach, it's been a long time since you and I talked, and it was about a year ago we were trying to figure out how to line up an interview because you guys were breaking ground on a new field, and now you get to use it finally.
Yeah, it's been a blessing. I mean, obviously being able to play home games for the first time ever on campus is a big deal for this community, for our players, for the university itself. And, field turf is a big deal in the spring. Mm-hmm. In Havre especially, you're going to have some cold practices, and the all-weather turf makes a big difference for us operationally to be able to get out there and practice pretty much in anything, move snow and play. And but bigger than that, the atmosphere, the game atmosphere, we're looking forward to have fans next fall, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal for everybody around here.
I was kind of surprised, Coach, that you guys went ahead with the season because and opening up the field this spring because there won't be that fan experience and that great atmosphere like you said, but we have to wait for the fall for that. Why play in the spring and why play on the new turf?
The way I look at it, it's an opportunity for our kids to get better. We're still a young football team. We've been building this program for the past couple of years, building a culture. And for me, it's 4 more games for us to grow and get better as a football team and get some kids some experience to game time experience, which I think is, you really can't match having spring football practice. So when the opportunity was there, I said, let's go. We want to play. Our kids wanted to play. Our coaches wanted to play. Our athletic director wanted to play, so we played. And, I think it's bigger than the field. It's bigger than the stadium. And not having fans, it's an opportunity for our team to go out and do what we love to do, and that's play and coach football.
Well, the field and the stadium look great. You guys have done a nice job in literally in about a year. I mean, this came together real quick.
Yeah, it was the fundraising. We raised over $3 million within 13 months just within the community here. I mean, a little bit outside the community, but we had a lot of people step up. A lot of some big time donors and big families step up that are an integral part to our program and to this community up here at Havre. So, it happened fast. Before you know it, we're breaking ground and we're playing on it all through COVID. So it's a testament to this community. It's a testament to a lot of different people that have put in a lot of money and time and effort.
MSU Northern football coach Andrew Rolin, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. Before we talk about the team, I got to thank you for the helmet that you sent. So far, you're the only conference coach to send me a helmet, and this is not some old helmet. This was like a new one. This has got the padding inside, the concussion stuff. This is a very nice helmet.
It's still ready to go. But I look forward to seeing it on your shelf. But that puppy's that could be used right now. So I got you a good one.
I appreciate it. Northern's slowly creeping up my list of favorite teams, I have to say. I mean, maybe at the top since you're the only one that's got the helmet so far.
That was my goal, Jason. And, I'm bribing you, man.
Hey, whatever it takes. I'm a free agent, so I'm up for any team right now. I can sign with anybody. Andrew Rolin joining us, Jason Walker Show. All right, let's talk about the team. Let's discuss how the spring has come together and how you've approached it. Was it similar as getting ready for a fall season, or was it more of getting ready for spring ball with just some games involved?
Yeah, I treat it really more like a fall season. And, with respect to everything was kind of sped up with COVID, shortened, especially with the weather, our winter, and we've been lucky, really. We've been really lucky with the weather here. But, having a couple weeks of practice right before the first game and just, rolling the ball out and playing. So it was different structurally than a normal fall season, obviously. But we treated it as such as we were playing in the fall. I think you have to. I think everybody in our conference was too. And now you can see, some rust getting knocked off in the first couple of weeks across the conference. Us as well, especially offensively. You see across the conference, everybody's getting better week in and week out. But yeah, we treated it like that. And like I said, we wanted an opportunity to play. We wanted an opportunity to grow and get better because we're a young football team and we need it. We're still learning how to win. And you watch last game, and that's probably the greatest testament to us as a team needing to learn how to win and finish.
Which has happened once in your tenure there, that great win down at Arizona Christian. The conference and the Frontier, and granted, not all the teams played. You didn't see Southern Oregon. You didn't see a Western or a Tech. But the 5 teams that have played are the 4 outside of Northern. How have they approached the season? I mean, have you talked to any of the other coaches about it?
Yeah, I think we all have the same approach. I think it's all about, and the one thing I'll say about the NAIA is there's still a championship series. There's playoffs. And so I think it's treated across the country nationally like a fall season. And nobody else is doing that. Nobody else is having national playoffs, at least in football, except for the NAIA. So everybody has the same approach. You got teams that were competing in the fall that are going to be in the playoffs for the spring. And so it's a completely different structure than anyone else and than anything that's ever really happened in football. So that it is unique. But I think everybody's approach then is, we are competing. We are competing to play and make it to the playoffs, win the conference, and contend in the playoffs. And so I think, talking to other coaches, especially those that are playing, that's really been the mindset.
Andrew Rolin, our guest here. We've seen Brendan Medina and do some impressive things. How has his growth been over the last couple of years? Because with COVID, everything kind of got set back a year, but how is Brendan handling everything?
He's doing well. The past 2 weeks we've gone a different direction with Oakley Top, and it's really at that position until we're consistently doing what we should be doing offensively. It's always up for competition, and our guys know that. They're always competing for the spot, and so there's that consistent guy that's doing what we need to do offensively. We need to take care of the football better. We're young at quarterback, and we act like we're young at quarterback sometimes, and then there's times Brennan has had some tremendous plays. He does it a lot with ball in the air, and Oakley Top, who started the last 2 games. Last week he rushed for 80 yards and does a lot of good things with his feet. So our guys are competing, and they're having to grow up and having to microwave them a little bit, at that position. And we need that position just like anyone else in the conference or anyone else in the country. That position needs to play well in order to be successful offensively and really in order to win. So a lot of it's just comes down to execution, taking care of the football and creating explosive plays. And, I tell our kids at the quarterback position, man, I give you the keys to the car. You just need to drive it. So they need to, work through the progressions, to their footwork and everything consistently. And there'll be times where they got to make something out of nothing. And that's part of playing the game. But a lot of it's just playing within the system and being consistent. If they can do that, they'll be successful. So we're still, we're always competing to I believe competition breeds excellence. And so, one of those guys will emerge as the guy.
It's so you give them the keys to the car and then they get a speeding ticket and then they get scared and don't want to drive. Is that the analogy?
No, going fast is fine by me. I got no problem with that. But Yeah, a lot of it's just, get the ball in the playmaker's hands. Yeah. And then sometimes you've got to be a playmaker, but get the ball in the playmaker's hands, make the right decisions, take care of the ball. And, if you do that at the quarterback position, you're going to be successful. You're going to be successful. The big plays will come, but we got to make the everyday plays more consistently than we have and more consistently than our opponent.
You're going to see a real good team on Saturday up there in Havre with Eastern Oregon coming to town, and it starts there with Kai Quinn. How do you defend this guy? Because this kid has been so good since he stepped onto campus there in LeGrand, and he's fun to watch. And he can't be. I mean, I'm sure he's fun to watch on film, but trying to come up with a game plan to stop him is hard.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's a really good player. He can run and he can throw it. He makes some pretty acrobatic plays again with his feet and with his arm. So, obviously we've got a plan to try to contain them and do what we can. To me, that's the big thing is just getting them on the ground. You see some guys, we watch film, guys just missing tackles on them, and you just got to get them on the ground. And, so we're going to do what we do, but we got to play with tremendous technique and tremendous, fundamentals in order to stop them. And, the game's simple. You block, you tackle, you break tackles and you play pitch and catch. And, we've got to just be able to, on defensively, just get the guy on the ground, and we've got to be able to cover their receivers. And in the run game, we just need to be disciplined.
Tim Camp always has a trick up his sleeve. What do you expect from them defensively?
Yeah, defensively, they're an odd front team, and they'll get some bear looks. And so, you're going to get some different looks. And I think they're really talented at linebacker, and they always have been. So they got some guys that play on the edge and kind of rush in, Liz backers, whatever you want to call them. And their two guys inside are talented as well. And, so, they do what they do. They do what they do, and they're highly disciplined, and they play physical on defense. And so we've got to match that discipline. We've got to match that physicality, and we've got to out-execute them in order to beat them. And really try to expose where we can, with them defensively, and, just play our game, man. Like I said, the game's about execution. We got to make plays where plays need to be made, and some explosive plays need to be made as well.
It's like the line in Bull Durham where they say this is a simple game. You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball. It's basically the same in football, right? I mean, you snap it, you got to tackle, you got to pass the ball, you got to catch it, and you got to run it, and you got to stop the run. I mean, it's pretty simple, right?
Yeah, well, I think people want to overcomplicate the game all the time. We've got our scheme. We do what we do offensively, defensively, and special teams, but a lot of it comes down to those fundamentals. If you can't get that done, it's not going to work. And so, that's really always been our message to our team, because, if you can't do those, and you can't block, you can't tackle, those two things right there, the game has always come down to that. You got to do those things, and you got to have all 11 guys doing it. And that's the trick of the game, right?
Right.
You got 11 guys on the field offensively, 11 of the guys on the field defensively, and a mixed bag, typically special teams of both offensive, defensive guys, all having to do their job, all 11 guys doing their job more consistent than the other team. And that's the game, man. The name of the game is executing. Outside of that, the emotions of the game and all that, you've got to be able to be mature about that and focus on your job, and focus on the task at hand, and focus on doing your job with the correct technique. And if you can do that, at whatever position, if everybody as a team is doing that more consistently, you're going to win football games.
Well, it's been a few years since you got that job, and you can just hear the excitement is still in your voice. You haven't slowed down at all, and I guess that helps being young. But Andrew Rolin, our guest,
yeah, it does.
Hey, it's National Beard Day today, and are we a beard fan?
I like. You say beer?
Yeah.
Or beard?
Beer.
Yeah, I like beer, and I've had a beard. So, but I enjoy. We got Triple Dog Brewery here in Havre. He does a nice job, and we got a couple of them actually pretty good. So yeah, I enjoy a cold beer sometimes.
Especially after a win over Eastern Oregon on Saturday, right?
Hey, I'll be at Triple Dog. If we get that win, I'll be there. I'll invite you up here.
I will be waiting for that phone call. You knock off Tim Camp, you've done something good. Hey, I appreciate the time, and again, thank you for the helmet. Can't wait to it's on display, but we'll have it even better on display once we get the remodel done here in the studios. But thank you for your time and contribution to the show and everything else, and good luck on Saturday, Coach.
Thanks, Jason. Talk to you soon.
Tim Camp coming to town with Eastern Oregon. But Andrew Rolin, MSU Northern, he's a good dude. I love chatting with him. Ever since he got the job, you can just, the excitement, like he truly believes he can turn Northern around. They beat Arizona Christian on the road a couple of years ago, which was a fantastic win. Still looking for a conference win, though. And, man, what a big one it would be if they can get it this week. That would be cool over a very, very good Eastern Oregon team. And we appreciate Coach Rolin joining us. College of Idaho is at Carroll this weekend in other football as well. Speaking of football, the Montana Football Hall of Fame induction banquet's coming up June 26th in Billings at the Convention Center and Hotel. You get pictures with the inductees, including Brent Musburger, Marty Morningweg, Bob Beers, Victor Lindskog, Travis Lule, Shane Collins, Dan Carpenter, Steve Okaneski, Ken Amato will be down there a couple of days before doing some fantastic broadcasting and talking to some of these inductees. Also for the golf tournament. Get your tickets now at Universal Athletic Stores and also at universalathletic.com and be a part of another great year. The 2021 class, which is actually the 2020 class, but it's also now the 2021 class of the Montana Football Hall of Fame coming up June 26th down there in the Magic City. Going to be a fun time. So, you know what else will be fun is concerts once we get them back. How cool would that be? And we're going to get them back, I hope. One of the guys that puts on a lot of concerts, by the way, if you saw that Daryl Worley was supposed to be in Helena tomorrow, nowhere does it say, I don't know what Facebook website or a Facebook page from here in town was doing. Daryl Worley is supposedly in Great Falls tonight and Helena tomorrow and then like Flathead Valley on Friday. But according to Daryl Worley's Facebook page or web page, he's not touring. But it'll be fun once we do get concerts. So if Daryl Worley ever comes to Helena, we'll get him on the air, hopefully. Anyway, but when concerts return, there's a dude down in Phoenix that has put together 5 decades plus and over 12,000 concerts. His name is Danny Zelisko, and he'll join us when we come back here on the Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Coming right back, we'll talk concerts. Also, we'll talk on this day in history when we return here on the Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Oh, yeah, final segment on a Wednesday. Tomorrow, in the Major Mortgage Man Cave, trick rider Madison McDonald Thomas will join us. That's going to be fun. Still trying to figure out a way to get her to see how small our studio is. And trying to figure out a way if we can get her to do some trick riding in the studio. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll try. My daughter's got one of those little, like, toy ponies. We'll see if we can get Madison to ride that, maybe. Hey, she is amazing at what she does. And can't wait to get her back on the show. We had her on 2 years ago at the Stampede. So, on this day in history on the way, and much, much more. What else? Oh, I was going to bring this up, too. We bring the music down. Literally had it in. Oh, I was going to show a couple of things. One is this. So the Little Miss Stampede experience coming up May 16th in Helena. If you got a little girl between the ages of 3 and 11, you get to meet rodeo queens. You get to meet me. You get to walk on the stage. You get a swag bag, a sash, a tiara. Cowboy hats are going to be there if you don't have one. Photos as well with the queens. An ice cream social as well. That includes Cassie Turner, who was here yesterday, Miss Last Chance Stampede. So sign up for that. And you can go to Last Chance Stampede on Facebook to get all the details. That's cool. That's really cool. And let's see, what else? We got a lot of stuff coming up with the Stampede this year, especially the pageant. July 24th, I'll be part of emceeing an event. Next Saturday, of course, is Cassie's kickoff party at Montana City Grill, just south of Helena. And I get to be an auctioneer for the first time. I've never done it. I'm a little nervous because, like I said, I've never done the auctioneering anywhere. I've always been an MC, but turned it over to legit auctioneers. So a little nervous for that. Let's see. Will this play? Yeah.
Hey, well, all right, sir, here we go there, and what are they going to give for 'em? I'm at $600 down here now, 10 and now, 25 and now, 35 and now, 50 now, 60, will they give me 60 now, 75, 75.
I don't think I can do this.
There was a boy in Arkansas who wouldn't listen to his ma when she told
Like, I could sing this part. Is this Leroy Van Dyke? I mean, this is a great song. So I've got like, what, 8 days to do, 9 days to learn this? I can do the... Oh, I don't think I can get it done. I don't think I can become an auctioneer that quick. But we'll give it one hell of a shot next week. If you want tickets, by the way, Miss Last Chance Stampede on the Facebook page there as well. And that'll be fun. And you can, there's some amazing auction items, including a round of golf for you, 2 friends, and me at Green Meadow Country Club. Lunch is included. How cool is that? I won't sing. We will play music, though, on our golf outing. And this guy's produced our next guest over 12,000 concerts. So I'm sure we'll hear at least 1 or 2 of the artists on our excursion for golf somewhere on the iPod or wherever we're listening to great music. Or maybe we'll just listen to old Jason Walker shows. But Danny Zelisko is a cool dude. Got a chance to sit down and interview him last week, and he was fun. He's put together, like I said, over 12,000 concerts over 50 years, and he's got a book out. He's going to join us now to talk about it on Jason Walker Show. Hey, how are you?
Hey, Jason, how are you?
I'm living the dream. We're talking sports, we're talking concerts, we're talking a little bit of everything today. So this is cool.
I love it.
Hey, tell me about this book, man. This is did you have to get any stories approved by some of these artists because of info or anything like that? I mean, bad stuff, or this seems all good,
well,
but.
I'll tell you what, it is mostly good and it's all real, but this was never meant to be like a grind book or let's get back at somebody or revenge, which there are a few people, as you can imagine, over anybody's life that you might like to get a pop back in on later, but that's not what this was about. This was really about showcasing a lot of stories that I found myself telling over the years of stuff that actually happened, and one thing led to another. It turned into 350 pages and over 600 pictures, and believe me when I tell you I can do 10 of these just like this, all different with different people, because I ended up being in the right place at the right time and said and did the right things back in the 70s when I found myself in Arizona from Chicago as a teenager with nothing. And, we started booking shows, and one show led to another. They got bigger, and they got better, and they got more often, to the point where I remember one time I had 7 shows in one day in 6 different cities.
Wow.
But what fun. The worst problem a guy should have is deciding, do I go see Black Sabbath or Shania Twain? That actually happened. It actually happened
awesome.
On New Year's, swear to God, New Year's 98, 99, I booked Black Sabbath as the first show in Chase Field, which was the first year the Diamondbacks were in existence. The same night, New Year's Eve, right down the street at the arena was Shania Twain. I had a golf cart with the driver taking me back and forth every 20, 30 minutes. And by the second or third trip, I'm going, okay, where are we going? Am I going to heaven or hell right now? And, but that's just amazing, I was pinching myself all night going, this is really happening, and that was 25 years after I started. Now it's another 20 years past that.
That is crazy.
Really nuts. It's like I need a second baseball card for the stats on the back.
Over 12,000 concerts. Did I read that right? That you've promoted so far?
Yeah.
Man.
It's nuts.
And not just in Arizona, right?
No. All over the place. People say with this book I should do an audiobook. I think I'd rather do an audiobook starting at the beginning and read every day. It would take me longer than it would to read the book. It's really fantastic. I when I wrote it and I looked at it and I went, this guy's pretty cool. and wait a minute, it's you jerk.
Well,
it came out good, didn't it?
It did. All Excess is the name of the book. Danny Zelisko joining us, famed concert promoter. Kurt Gibson wrote the foreword, and he's a good longtime friend of yours. And he doesn't sing, at least not that I know of, but he's become a good friend. And this isn't just concert people that you've made friends with. It's artists. It's kind of everybody.
It really is. With Kirk, as far as his singing goes, if you look up on YouTube, you can see him. He did a musical birthday card for Alice Cooper for his 70th birthday a couple of years ago. You guys should definitely look this up.
I will.
Gibby with Alice Cooper makeup. Come on. It's right there. You have it right there. I promise you.
I bet.
There's very little difference between musicians and ball players from the standpoint that they're entertainers and they put on their They put on their cleats or they put on their guitar in front of an audience. And they got to be good. They got to be extra good because they got to deal with people watching them. I mean, it's hard enough to go in a batting cage or sit in your own room and try to play guitar without embarrassing yourself. Imagine doing it in front of 30 or 40,000 people.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite an amazing feat when you think about it. Because when we're kids, you know, we have that opportunity to shine and discover whether or not we have those talents, because thankfully our parents put us in those positions to find out what we can do or not. And finding out you can't do something isn't a bad thing. It just leaves you more time to do something and figure out what you can do. And, you know, in so many cases of people like Kirk Gibson, I mean, to have the great life he's had of being a baseball star and also loving music, and us getting to be friends. I mean, two of the most different kind of people you can imagine, but we both love music and we both love sports. And that's what brings us together. And, you know, that's kind of the underlying thing of everything, you know, that we do in public. And it's been a gap.
Danny Zelisko, our guest here. Before we talk more concert stuff, I wanted to ask you about your relationship with Gale Sayers and the story with Brian Piccolo and Brian Piccolo, your relationship. Brian's song, terrific movie, the original, not the TV version, but
yeah, I didn't like that TV version.
Yeah, I mean the original movie, unbelievable and stands the test of time. But take me through your relationship.
Piccolo would have loved that James Caan portrayed him. He would have thought that was the coolest thing. But think about it. That poor guy never even got to see The Godfather and never heard of James Caan.
Right.
Because he died before the movie came out. You know, it's an amazing story with Pick, because, and I don't think most people realize it and probably didn't pay attention to this part of the movie or his story. But in 1964, he was the top ground gainer in football in college. He outdid everybody in 1964. He beat Gale Sayers. But Gale Sayers had the moves, and he was flashy, and Pick was kind of the ham and egger, you know, who just grinded out for 6 or 8 yards at a crack, but he did it a lot. So they passed on him. Every team passed on him. And George Halas from the Bears signed him as a free agent for nothing in 65, and he didn't even make the team at first. He was on the taxi squad at first. I mean, you know, here's Piccolo. Of all the years I have to graduate from college, I got to have Gale Sayers around, you know, and he was at Kansas. So, and Butkus came through at the same time. So here's Piccolo, who should be like the star, and he's on the second squad. And these other two guys come in. So the first day that they came to practice at Wrigley Field, we were there like we were for a couple of years. We started going to practices on Saturdays. The players were a little bit more relaxed, a little more loose, and we could talk with them when they parked their cars across the street from Wrigley Field, and we'd have them for about 100 yards for autograph pictures or just talk. And Piccolo comes in, and he goes, "Kid, what is wrong with you?" That's Gale Sayers right over there. They showed up right at the same time. And that's Butkus over there, and they're all signing autographs, and there's 10 kids around each of them. Nobody knows who Brian is except for me. And I explained to him what I knew about him and the whole thing about not getting signed and this and that and the other thing, and you're going to be the starting running back for the Bears before you know it. Hang in there with all. And he fell in love with me. We were best friends from that point on. So I'd go to every practice, every game. He'd walk me in. There's no ticket. You can't get a ticket for a Bears game at Wrigley Field. They're sold out, you know, for years and years. So they walked me in. And, you know, it was a tremendous thing to be involved with at that time, because it was before, you know, all the millions of dollars took over the sports industry.
Yeah.
It was when, well, the only people making the millions were the owners, not the players. I'm glad to see the players got some. But the owners provided, man, they provided Wrigley Field for these guys to play in. I mean, that's a big deal. Unfortunately, you know, things caught up over the years, and a lot of the older players can make money signing autographs and stuff that the money they never made while they played. And at least there's something there for a bunch of them. And I hope they're doing that as often as they can.
Well, man, I can't wait to get through the book. It's called All Excess, and it's Danny Zelisko. I just showed some pictures of Dolly Parton and Kiss. How cool is that? Where you, I mean, you go from Dolly Parton to Kiss. That's like Black Sabbath to Shania, like you said earlier. But man, you've had the life, and if I ever get to Phoenix, we'll hit the golf course.
I would love that. Let me know.
That was Danny Zelisko joining us, Jason Walker Show. I mean, think about that dude's life. Of all the concerts he's produced and hanging out with Shania Twain and Dolly and Kiss and all, I mean, Alice Cooper, and then Brian Piccolo. I mean, and if you haven't heard of Brian's song, you need to Google it. You need to look it up because it is the movie so good. Unbelievable. Back in the day. All right, I think this is the Kirk Gibson. This is Kirk Gibson doing Alice Cooper. Has Gibson ever not looked old?
Lines form on my face and hands. Still have my hair, but I have no ass. Forget my name in most of my plans. I was a boy, now I'm an old man. I'm 70, it's getting harder to stand. I'm 70.
Oh my goodness, that is bad. I poop. Oh, Gibby. Anyway, check it out. You can go, MLB.com has a version of it, so there you go. Fun. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Let's do On This Day in History, shall we? It is brought to you by Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear, including Jason Walker's show shirts. And I'm telling you, they're comfortable, and you're going to want them. In fact, tomorrow we're going to give some away. And they can handle any size orders at Big Sky Printwear. You want one shirt? Done. You want 1,000 shirts? Done. Give them some time to get the 1,000. But, yeah, I mean, 35 plus years experience and in a brand new spot, a great location, 1400 Euclid. It's on the corner of Henderson and Euclid. And the girls will take care of you. Sheila and the gang will get you all set up, and it's awesome. Big Sky Printwear. We print what you wear. All right. On this date, it is April the 7th. It is National Beer Day. 1933, Cullen-Harrison Act comes into effect, legalizing the sale of low-alcohol beer. It is Coffee Cake Day, Girl Me Too Day, No Housework Day, and Bookmobile Day. It's always the Wednesday of National Library Week, which is this week. All right, on this day in 1896, Robert Garrett of America wins a throwing double at the Athens Olympics by taking the shot put. He had won the discus the day before. Also in 1896, Edwin Flack from Australia wins gold in the first 1500. He goes on to win the 800 2 days later. 1946, the 10th U.S. Masters at Augusta. Herman Kaiser wins his only major title, a stroke ahead of money leader Ben Hogan. It was the first Masters held in 4 years because of World War II. 1951, at the 15th Masters, Ben Hogan wins the first of his 2 titles. 1963, 27th Masters, 23-year-old Jack Nicklaus wins the first of his record 6 green jackets. Ken Forrest of Houston tossed a no-hitter against Atlanta on this date in 1979. Jack Morris of Detroit, 1984, no-hits Chicago White Sox. 2003, basketball, men's title. Carmelo Anthony, his freshman year, his only year. Syracuse beats Kansas. 2008, at the 70th Men's Basketball Championship, Kansas beats Memphis. 2009, women's title game, UConn beats Louisville. 2014, the UConn men beat Kentucky in the 76th Men's Championship. 2015, 34th women's title game, UConn beats Notre Dame. And in 2019, Baylor women beat Notre Dame as well. So, and then Baylor men just won their first title this year. Let's see. Happy birthday, Walter Camp, the father of American football at Yale. Born on this date in 1859. John McGraw was born on this date in 1873. He was the manager who was always in a suit. He managed for a long time. It is Tony Dorsett's birthday, 1954. It is James Buster Douglas's birthday. He was born in 1960. A couple other big significant events on this date in 1970. The 42nd Academy Awards, John Wayne would get his only Oscar win for Best Actor in True Grit. 1928, James Garner was born. 1933, Wayne Rogers, who was in the first 3 seasons of MASH. Happy birthday to Russell Crowe, born on this date in 1864. On this date in 1805, the Lewis and Clark expedition leaves Fort Mandan, headed for the Pacific Ocean. And on this date in 2016, the longest ever captured python was found in Malaysia. 26-foot long python. No thanks. That is what happened on this date, April the 7th. In history, it is brought to you by Big Sky Print, where we print what you wear. 1400 Euclid in Helena. And Jason Walker Show shirts tomorrow up for grabs. Fun stuff.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
All right. Didn't miss a whole lot. On this date in 1989, Major League debuted in theaters. 32 years ago today. And it still stands the test of time. It really does. I mean, you think about some of the great lines in Major League. Now, Bull Durham's a fantastic baseball movie, and others will argue Field of Dreams, The Natural, all that stuff. Bull Durham and Major League are the two best, for me anyway. Now, Field of Dreams is great. But Major League, I mean, when you got Wild Thing Vaughn coming out of the bullpen in his leather jacket and the glasses, you got aging catcher Tom Berenger, who can't run up and down a baseline very well. You got the gruff old manager, Eddie Harris, the old pitcher, Crisco, Bardal, Vagisil, anyone will give you another 2 to 3 inches drop on your curveball. I mean, great lines in that movie. Yo, Joe Boo, the bartender. Yo, bartender, Joe Boo needs a refill. Just unbelievable. If you get a chance to watch Major League, do it. So the unedited version. The edited version of Major League is the worst. Now, my buddy Josh Seelhoff, who's now out in Washington, but our junior year, college prep writing, Bozeman High, we had to do a movie review. So we did Major League, because we would watch Major League in Bull Durham like every night before a baseball game. A bunch of us would get together. But Josh and I did the movie review. Now, I had a crush on my teacher. She had played basketball for the Hawks back in the 80s. And this was like 1991-ish. So she wasn't much older than us. Shane Olson was her name. Anyway, we used the unedited version of Major League for our movie review. The class didn't mind it because there's language. There's a lot of language. And in the key scenes, you have to show it. And you just can't show the unedited version. It's not good. I mean, like the scene where Rick Vaughn and Roger Dorn are fighting in spring training in the clubhouse. You can't, bleep you, Vaughn. No, bleep you. Bleep, bleep, bleep. You just can't. You got to have the full effect. By the way, here, we'll give away our first Jason Walker Show t-shirt. You ready for this? You got to email us, jason@jasonwalkershow.com. Need your, who was the player on the last day of cuts, spring training? Who was the player that got cut and they show him with the red tag? Not Rick Vaughn, the actual other guy. Email jason@jasonwalkershow.com. And give me your answer. Well, first one will get a Jason Walker Show t-shirt. So there you go. Who was the kid cut on the final day of cuts in Major League? Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com. Hey, thanks to Danny Zelisko. Andrew Rolin, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow, Madison McDonald Thomas will join us in studio. The Trick Rider. Got to cue up the little McBride and the Ride. Old song from back in the early 90s. If you missed anything, go to JasonWalkerShow.com. Can't wait to see you tomorrow at 4. Madison McDonald Thomas, and who knows who else will show up. We're going to have a lot of fun. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.